Hi, it's Miriam again here with Impressive Ideas. I thought I'd show you a fun card that I found on the internet. I call it the Gatefold Double Pop-Up. There is a video on YouTube that somebody made, but it's in centimeters instead of inches. So I thought I'd give you measurements and show you how the card works. Here's one that I did as an example. As you can see, it's a gatefold, but it has a double pop-up on the inside. So that's what I'm going to show you, what measurements to do and how to glue the pop-ups down correctly so that the card will close completely like this. And then I'll show you some cards that I made, including this one at the end of the video. So here is your gatefold card. You can see that it is 5.5 this way and 11 inches this way. You score it at 2 3/4 and 8 1/4. And it folds up like this, a gatefold. So there's your card base. Then you're going to need to cut some extra pieces. Here is the card finished. This was my prototype. I had to do a lot of measuring to get the numbers converted from centimeters to inches. So for your layers, for the inside of the two gatefold pieces, you need to do 4 pieces that are this measurement, 2 3/8 across and 5 1/8 down. These all 4 can match, or you can do 2 matching on the outside and 2 matching on the inside. So that's the measurement for those panel pieces. I like to do them with an 1/8 of an inch border. That way, if I wanted to come back and put like a black mat behind them or a white mat behind them, but a 1/16 of an inch, I would have room to do that. So that's where these numbers came from. And then you've got 2 square pieces for decoration. These are 2.5 inches square. These can be a mat or they can be the actual artwork that you want to do, and then go smaller if you want to do layers. The strips, you have 2 of these strips, these black strips here that are the pop-up mechanism. Those strips are 6 1/4 by 1 1/4. And you can go as narrow as 1 if you want, but most these are 1 1/4. So those are the pieces of paper you need, and you need 2 of them. Then when you get those strips cut, you need to score them. So what I do typically to save myself some trouble is I double the width and only do 1 piece of paper, and then I score it, and then I cut it down the center. So that way I have my 2 pieces and they're all scored all together, and I'd only have to do the scoring 1 time. So if you do that, it's 2.5 inches wide by 6 1/4. So if you cut the 2.5 inches wide in half, it'll be 1 1/4. You score it at 1 1/4, 2 inches, 4 3/8, and 5 1/2. These might seem like odd numbers, but again, I converted this from the metric system, so that's why they're kind of odd. So score it in those places. Actually, you'll score it in 1 1/4, 4 3/8, and 5 1/2. And actually, you just put a pencil line at 2 inches. I apologize. Put a pencil line at 2 inches. That'll give you a guidance of where to glue this piece onto your strip, because otherwise you won't know where to glue the strip, and you don't want to put a score line there. Actually, it's over here. So this is the equivalent of the strip here. So put a pencil line at 2 inches. Cut this in half, and you have your 2 pieces. You'll flip one of them over this way and one of them this way. So when you go to assemble everything, I'm going to take these off. I highly recommend you use repositionable adhesive initially, because if you glue these down incorrectly with really strong glue, you're not going to get them up again, and then your card won't close properly. So you've got this strip, and you've got the square scored mark here, and then the 2 smaller score marks here. Flip that over. Your pencil mark is over here. Your 2-inch pencil mark is right there. So you're going to glue your decorative piece 2 inches from the end. I don't think I can pick this one up. So 2 inches from the end. That's what the pencil mark's for. Then you fold your score marks here and here. Now, when you go to glue this down, line up this piece along the bottom of your inner liner. If I didn't mention it, this inner liner is 5 1/8 by 5 1/8 because we've got a square inside card. So what you want to do is you want to line this up along the bottom of this. So that helps you position this. But the other end gets butted up to your score mark there on the card. So put your adhesive on the back side here. Put it that when you adhere it down, line it up like this and press it down, making sure that lines up. You can also do it this way. So that will line up with that. Then you fold these two marks over here. You'll put your temporary adhesive here on this little one right here. Then when you go to glue this down, it's important that you do it this way, otherwise your card won't close completely. So you fold this flat, then you are folding this closed. Don't worry about this one. You're folding this closed, again lining this up with this here at the bottom, and press it down. So there you can see that's how you do it. It will not open all the way, but it will close all the way. And if you don't do it that way, it'll close about that far. So make sure you get when you glue this down, you're closing this flap and gluing it down that way. So, and then you just do the opposite on the top. It doesn't matter which one you do first. Again, this one, you match it up with the top of this, and it's glued in at the 2-inch pencil line here. So I'll talk a little bit about the belly band. The belly band is optional. What I typically do with my belly band is I don't score them because it never works out for me if I score them. So what I've done is I've cut a strip. It's about 2 inches wide, I think. And what I do is I just wrap mine kind of loosely. I don't do this until the very end because once you've got all your decorative layers in, you'll know how kind of bulky and fat your card is. So once you get it completely done, take a long strip that's more than double the width of the card, and then I just wrap it around. And I want my adhesive to be in the front because I'm going to cover it up with something. So I do it about like this, and I just wrap it. This one's 2 inches by 12 inches, and then I overlap it like that. Not too snug, but not too loose. You want it so that it can slide off and on. So it's as simple as that. Just fold it around and put your adhesive, and then you'll put your decorative piece on top here, and that way the back looks nice and clean. But this piece again is 2 inches by 12. So there's my belly band. So I want to show you some cards I made with this format. This was the first one I showed you. This one, for the decorative piece, I use this Lawn Fawn outside in stitch scallop circle stackables. I use the largest one, and I cut it, the interior part, with just a circle frame from Lawn Fawn, just a regular circle frame. And then I use this cute Kringle & Company paper from last year. It's a 6x6 pad that has got all kinds of fun things in it, as well as sentiments, and I fussy cut him and put him on top of my shaker element. But this piece right here, I use that on the inside. Happy ho 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 to you. That reminds me of that Christmas song. And here I just put an embellishment of an Impression Obsession snowflake, and these are Impression Obsession fir trees die cut. But otherwise, it's all just paper from the 6x6 pad. And I chose to cover up part of these pieces with the plaid that matches the plaid on the sides. And I backed this with a circle to make it look pretty because it is a shaker card. And I found a little pom-pom for his hat, but this is a shaker card. So I just fussy cut him and inked the edges. And so that's one example. No belly band there, but a big embellishment piece on the top. Then I have this one. I used this Echo Park pad, which I adore. It's dinosaurs. And it's got some great pattern papers and good solids and great colors, and just in love with this pad for mostly, mail cards and things. So this one has a belly band, and as you can see, it slides right off. This palm tree is from the Lawn Fawn palm trees die, and I think I put some on the end. I put one on the inside as well. So that's that die. And then the Happy Birthday is Creative Expressions. It's just a Happy Birthday die. And I die cut it with the pattern paper from the 6x6 pad, and I think I put a layer of black behind it as well. So that's my belly band. It's just real simple. And then just did a bunch of layers. And there, that one pops up. And you could always do a sentiment on the side if you want to. If you wanted to put a happy birthday or write something, put a solid piece of light colored cardstock that you can write on. But there are my dinosaurs, and it stands up nicely. So that's one sample with a belly band. And then my Halloween sample is from paper from Echo Park. I love Halloween. It's a 6x6 pad. Again, all the papers are in the pad. And I think I just fussy cut the little skeleton there. No belly band, but just simple, and all of these little pictures and things were in the writing was all inside the pad. So all of this paper except for the black cardstock came from the pad. The YouTube video that I got this from, it's Craft Set Go, handmade Valentine's Day card, Valentine's Day scrapbook ideas, slider card, love greeting cards. So just go to Craft Set Go, handmade Valentine's card if you want to see this. Again, it's in metric, but that's the website I got it from. And this one is just the Echo Park paper, and this is a My Favorite Things stitched rectangle die that I probably die cut twice to get the shape that I wanted. But simple, and added some glossy, some glaze pen for some shine. So there's a Halloween. And then I have one from Graphic 45 with the fairy wings. It's the 8x8 pad and the die cuts. These are the fairy wing die cuts. So I use both of those. And then here's the card. It goes like this. There's my belly band, a piece of chipboard as well, but that's a die cut. And you can see there's the decorated back side of the belly band, slides off. And there's, I really like the bubble paper, so there's my little pop-up. These are from the die cuts. And I put a little glitter glue and a Nuvo drops on there for shine. So those are my examples, and that is my gatefold pop-up card. Hope you have a great day. Thanks, everybody.